My friends, this morning quote is intellectual growth should begin at birth and it should cease only at the time of death. I repeat, intellectual growth should begin or should commence at birth and it should cease at the time of death. What does it mean? It means that learning is a continuous process. Intellectual growth as lifelong pursuit. It is not one day pursuit. It highlights the necessity of continuous learning from infancy to old age. We often, there are people who often presume that learning has to be till certain ages. After that, learning should not, continue. This is an illusion. The fact that learning is a lifelong process. It begins only at the time when the child is born, at infancy, and it continues till old age. It promotes active curiosity, adaptability, and cognitive vitality. There are three words that really make a difference in our life. The first one is curiosity. Curiosity is the mother of invention. Adaptability. If you have intelligence, you will have adaptability. The third one is cognitive vitality. Cognitive vitality is really important. Your knowledge, the dimension, the domain of knowledge should always be vitalized day by day. The principle that intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death emphasizes that the mind's development is an unbroken. It is not going to cease till we take the last breath. That the mind's development is an unbroken lifelong journey, the concept most famously attributed to Albert Einstein. He says that lifelong learning can be defined as an intellectual growth. No intellectual growth can be attained in one day. It is just a continuous and a lifelong journey. Friends, we can break this into some parts. Let's understand what Einstein meant to say by this statement. Einstein emphasized that the intellectual growth commences at birth. Infants are born with a natural, uninhibited curiosity. From the moment they open their eyes, they are rapidly absorbing information about their surroundings. You have seen these little children so actively observing your faces, the environment that they are living in. So their cognitive development starts right from the day one when they are born. Intellectual growth goes beyond formal schooling. No intellectual growth can be confined to schooling. Even if you don't go to schools, your growth, cognitive growth, intellectual growth continues. It encompasses reading, traveling, learning new skills, and engaging in deep self reflection. Self reflection is the key to knowledge and cognitive development. It is not just the bookish knowledge that is intellectual growth. It is something that we attain through traveling, through reading, through learning new skills and engaging in deep self-reflection. It is not a stagnant trait achieved at a certain age, but rather a dynamic mindset that adapts to new experiences and challenges in life. The second one is cessation, only a death. You stop only when you stop breathing. This asserts that there is never a point in life when our mind stops being capable of learning. There is nothing like a point in life that our mind stops learning. It continues to learn till the last breath of our life, when further growth becomes unnecessary. It is our mind that is the real active component that creates curiosity, adaptability, and cognitive abilities. By valuing lifelong learning, individuals continuously build upon their natural abilities and keep their minds able. See, There are people, the parents, they are also the part of education. They are also the part of development of the child. The personal development of the child depends on three core important mentors: the parents, the educators at schools and colleges, and the third one is the environment. Environment is a great teacher. We keep on absorbing, every child keeps on observing in the classroom also, outside the classroom also, the things happening. And a scientific mind always observes and always tries to conceive ideas from his or her surroundings. So when you are living in a very good environment, when you are living in a live environment, when you are living among the intellectuals, when you are living among the scientists, when you are living among the experts, when you are living among the giants of knowledge, your cognitive development will be faster and you will be able to distinguish between facts and fiction. Friends, acquiring degrees doesn't make a sense regarding intellectual development. There are thousands of educators, there are thousands of educationists who have multiple degrees. They have lots of degrees, but sometimes they lack the depth of the knowledge. The reason is that they have never been interacting with the nature. They have never been interacting with their surroundings. Interaction with the surrounding, interaction with the people, interaction with the situations, circumstances, and learning from each and every event in life, that really goes for cognitive development. If you don't have real life experience, your perfect knowledge will never be flourishing. You will have to have certain, observing power, adaptability. When a person is put into a new situation, there is the test of his intelligence, his adaptability. He starts, adapting the situation, and the moment he completely adapts himself to that situation, his intelligence or his intellectual growth starts flourishing, and it continues. Learning is a lifelong process. Friends, if you are preparing for some exam and if you think that I'll just sit for 6 months and I'll be able to crack the competitive exam, you are mistaken. Right from the day when you have taken a degree, let us say you have been a graduate or you have been plus 2, right from a class 10 level, right from class 8 level, you should have in your mind that I have to enhance my cognitive domain and my psychomotive domain, and I have to learn how to think critically and acquire knowledge. It is not one day job. Lifelong learning can only make our intellects complete. Otherwise, there are people who just say that, I am now old, I can't learn. See, is there any age for learning? No, there is no age for learning. You can continuously learn till the last breath of your life. We learn from our children, we learn from our surroundings, we learn from our juniors, we learn from our colleagues. Everywhere there is a learning. The best teacher in the world is the nature. You see, interact with the nature, the different scenic beauty. We come to realize that the eternity of life lies in the compactness of nature, the vastness of nature. Nature itself is making us learn different, diverse, cognitive domains, and we are understanding and perceiving those ideas day by day. So, friends, there is no denying the fact that learning begins right at the time when a child is born, and it never ceases. It stops only when we breathe the last. Friends, we should never think that intellectual growth is confined to classroom or to colleges and schools. No, intellectual growth goes beyond formal schooling. It encompasses reading, traveling, learning new skills. Even if you are traveling, you are interacting with the people of different places, different languages. Your communicative skill is developing. You are engaging with the leadership quality. You are having deep reflection of life. It is not a stagnant trait achieved at a certain age, but it is a dynamic. You see, learning is a dynamic, process. and it requires the mindset that adapts to new experiences and challenges of life. And that's what Edison believed. Thank you. Have a nice morning. Thanks a lot.